Okay, so on a lighter note, I don't know if you guys have encountered the channel Satanic International. The guy who runs it goes by the name Zac Black. He's being one of those inspirational channels in terms of the content I make, because he has this unabashed honesty about just, shamelessly telling stories of gonzo-esque escapades, drug fueled degeneracy, all that. Like he had the first video I saw was his most viewed one. I think it had 10 million views, but then he had to upload it again because YouTube just like struck it down. But it was he's the 30 hits of acid guy. That's what most people know him as. So I remember when I started my channel about I don't know, I have a poor perception of time, so don't blame me if I get it totally wrong, but 6-8 months ago, I want to say, I dropped a comment under one of his videos. I was like, yo, your content is what largely influenced me to be as open as I am about psychedelics and shit like that. So thank you for that. And fucking, I would love to fucking do something with you if you want. We live different parts of the world, so it'd be over Skype, whatever. I mean, these aren't the words I spoke, but the gist of what I was saying. This was a long time ago, so I don't remember it verbatim. But he was like, "Yeah, let's work on the project." So I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I sent him an email. Here's the thing: he's I believe, the media rep, at least in the States, for Levian Satanism, which is essentially, it's not like they actually believe in Satan and the occult. They're just atheists who kind of do ritualistic things, do drugs, have orgies. As far as religions go, they're pretty cool. Do I agree with everything that LeVay says? Fuck no. I think he was kind of a nut job. Like, he had like literal fucking tigers in his house, and multiple people got injured as a result. It's just, anyways. I'm not here to make a fucking statement on LeVay Satanism. I will say, on the positive though, it was watching one of his videos on it that made me start to first question this programming that made me think I had to be a Christian, or I was going to hell and demons were gonna fucking possess my soul. Or possess me, steal my soul, whatever the fuck. Fucking swallow your soul, right? But it was hearing the skepticism in Levian Satanism, these criticisms that were articulated by Zac Black, that made me first start to question that when I was about 13. And I'm really fucking glad I did. I mean, there's really people like Bill Hicks and George Carlin who solidified my sort of revelation that stuff is, funny term to use by the way, that stuff is dangerous bullshit. It relies on guilt, I think, to keep people hooked. Opiate of the masses is the term Karl Marx used. But yeah, I mean, so because he's the media rep, I think he probably missed my email, and it also seemed like he was just kind of driving across the States or something and doing DMT with fucking random people he met. Which, fucking kudos to you. You can fucking do that. If I wasn't addicted to fucking this ball and chain called methadone and Valium, I would travel a lot more. But anyways, that probably contributed to, not seeing my email again back to me, that sort of thing. But I commented again recently on one of his videos, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we should collaborate." So I've had lots of people who've said they've wanted to collaborate, and it's fallen through. So I have no certainty here, but I really hope that we do, because I just think he's a cool guy, and like, not just his drug stories, but the stories from his life are some of the like craziest, most interesting stories I've heard. Like, one of my favorites is him talking about his lawyer who took his case pro bono when he had a DUI or some shit, and he was selling cocaine at the time, and the lawyer was just like fucking hitting him up for cocaine all the time because for free, because he did his case pro bono, and like taking everything he brought with him to the bar. So he had to like start putting in like a small amount in a separate bag to give to him, because he couldn't say no. I mean, the guy, like, you know, lawyers are expensive, and this guy was apparently very high profile too, so he was indebted to him in a way. But another one is his story as an undercover shopper. You know, those people in supermarkets and just corporate stores in general who, you know, they're looking to bust shoplifters, and they're in plain clothes. I got fucking busted by one of them in grade 8 for stealing a chocolate bar, which is, you know, it's kind of ironic, because me and my friends were running a business just stealing headphones and shit that were very expensive, porn magazines, you name it, from this very store for an entire year, and selling them to make money. And then they busted me for using the chocolate bar, and one of the undercover shopper dudes like put me in a headlock and dragged me all the way down the block and up the stairs into the holding room. And I mean, when I was homeless, I did steal food, but that's because I was hungry, you know. But I haven't shoplifted since then. I kind of learned my lesson. But I've even considered becoming one until I saw his video and heard just how awful it actually is. But he has some very fucking entertaining, just wild encounters with shoplifters. And like, I learned from this video that the majority of people he would catch were people who worked at the store, which, I mean, I never thought of that, but it totally makes sense, you know. Yeah, like, I've always been able to spot shoplifters from like a mile away. I also always can tell now when I'm being tailed by an undercover shopper. Like, it's weird. I get followed around almost all the time, and it's obvious to me right off the bat. And I don't care how broke I am. I'm not gonna fucking steal from your store. Like, I'm not gonna lower myself to that. I mean, if you're a shoplifter, fucking whatever, more power to you. Fucking, I really don't have much wrong with people stealing from corporate stores. When I was homeless, I only stole from corporate stores. Yeah, I think it sucks to take shit from like private businesses and stuff, because you're really taking money out of like a family's pocket. Not that I'm endorsing shoplifting. I mean, I don't do it because I don't think it's a good thing to do. Yeah, anyways, back to Zac Black. Fucking, he seems like a cool dude. I don't know how much older he is than me. He is much older than me, yeah. But I mean, most of my friends are like 35 or whatever. I just, for some reason, have always gravitated towards hanging out with older people. I'm not saying I'm fucking mature or anything like that, because my immaturity fucking shows around these people. I bet my immaturity shows in my videos, that's for sure. Anyways, I mean, Zac Black, if you're watching this, I would love to collaborate with you. I just want to know how I can contact you, or I could drop you my email, you can contact me. I'm assuming we would have to do something through Skype, but I think, you know, we could brainstorm something elaborate like I've done with other people that, you know, unfortunately the collaborations just fizzled out, never came to fruition. Like I was going to, with a friend, or I guess former friend, because she doesn't talk to me anymore, who I was, like that music video, I don't know if you've seen it, it's in my playlist, says, and very cool music video, turned out very well. It did. So friends for 15 years, but a couple little spats. For some reason, despite me apologizing and all that, doesn't talk to me. It is what it is. I'm not gonna disparage her in any way. She's a cool, talented person. I hope her life is rewarding and fulfilling, and that, I wish her the best on her ways. But we had, I had, because I came up with the idea of, like once, and this was around the time we made the music video, I was talking to her when I did a fuckload of ketamine and 4-HO-MITT, which, by the way, isn't a very enjoyable drug in my opinion. Not that it's like a bad trip, but no, it's just like the visuals just feel messy and like weird and just, but I was making the most of it anyways. And I had this idea for persona as a drag queen, but I was very insecure about this because you know, I had some sexual encounters with guys in my teens, and I was relentlessly mocked because I made the mistake of confiding in like one of the few people I thought wouldn't tell anyone, but within hours I was called, you know, the FAG word and all that shit. I told her, hey, you know what, I want to embrace this persona, and she was like, holy shit, you know, that's kind of inspired me to do the same thing. And she's a very, very fucking gorgeous woman, so it'd be interesting to see her as a man. And so she was like, you know what, let's do that for our next music video. Why don't you come over and we'll get you made up and all that. And I was like, you know what, we should collaborate on YouTube, because she's got YouTube channels. I believe she makes most of her money off TikTok and stuff like that. So I proposed the idea of doing mushrooms, because she doesn't fuck with synthetic psychedelics. I remember once she did acid and had a terrible time. I was really high on acid too. I was on like 4 hits, and I remember seeing like blood coming out of her eyes. I'd never seen that before, but it was just because she was in such a wound up state, you know, like hey, what's up, dudes? So we were gonna do shrooms in drags and review crazy fucking movies, because like last time we hung out, I introduced her to Midnight Mass, which is one of my favorite TV series of all time. I mean, I love James Flanagan, I love Haunting of Hill House. I love both for different reasons, but Midnight Mass is seriously one of the most thought-provoking comments on religion that I've ever seen, in the fallibility of human interpretation, especially back in days where we didn't have scientific metrics for being able to replicate results, and we didn't quite know what schizophrenia and stuff like that was. Yeah, highly recommend. I never got to finish it with her, unfortunately, but because we had this falling out, I guess. I mean, it's never being concluded, so I'm not quite sure like where we lie as, you know, fucking like once very, very close friends. Like she was like one of the only people that I had to like full on like cuddle with and everything, and just like, despite how like just like stunningly beautiful this person was. I mean, I could tell why she was an actress, and got some pretty high profile gigs. I just wasn't aroused, because I was like, this is like a friend who I consider like family, but Yeah, so that's just an example of a collaboration that didn't happen. I have no real like confirmation at this juncture that Zac Black will indeed do something with me, but he did say let's collab. But the thing is, he also said it before. But the thing is, despite his channel having racked up all these views, he's made no money off it. He's a working man, he's a sushi chef or something like that. So he's busy. I get that, man. Like, you get a life. But, yeah. In any case, if you do want to collaborate, I would be thrilled. I am a little busy myself too, but I'm sure we can work something out. So yeah, if you want to get in contact, just respond to, one of my comments, or if you see this video, drop a comment. I would appreciate it. You seem like a dude who I would get along with. I'm sure I am annoying to the nth degree, so I apologize if I ever irritate you. Even my closest friends, I think, get tired of me tangenting and everything. But it's, I think they regard it as like a lovable kind of quirk too, at the same time. So I don't know. Once we get to know each other, I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly. We have a lot in common in terms of predilections of what we like to do for fun. And a lot of very similar stories. You took approximately 30 hits of acid unintentionally. I took about 40 unintentionally. Yeah, we both had very different experiences as a result, but we could compare notes on that. I didn't just bullshit and shit in the breeze would fucking do the trick. But in any case, yeah, just wanted to announce that, and yeah, keep it real. We'll catch you folks in the future.